Well, January 31st is the feast day of St. John Bosco. And he is one of the three patron saints of youth apostles. And in fact, the church just celebrated the 200th anniversary of his birth in 2015. And St. John Bosco is just an enormous gift to the church and to youth apostles and to all of those who serve young people. St. John Bosco had a really pretty impressive, career in the church in a certain sense. He certainly is known for having founded two religious communities, the Salesians of Don Bosco, the brothers and the men who work with young people, as well as the Daughters of Mary Help of Christians, and so a group of sisters to work with young people as well. He actually was great with organizing lay helpers as well, and so he organized the Salesian Cooperators. He was an incredible publisher of very practical materials to help young people learn about the faith, learn about the history of the church, learn about the biographies of saints. But he was just a very, very practical writer and publisher. Another thing about St. John Bosco is that he built churches all over Italy, one of the most famous of which is the church dedicated to the Sacred Heart in Rome. And he built that one at the personal request of the Pope. He was somebody who was sought after in many, many circles in the church in his day, in the late 1800s, for his advice, especially on pastoral matters. And again, he was a very frequent advisor of the popes. And maybe one of the things that he's most famous for is actually being an organizer of missions. And so by the end of his life, the Salesians had 26 houses in the Americas and 38 houses in Europe. And so again, he had a pretty amazing career in the church. Of course, St. John Bosco is best known for his love for and his ministry to young people in the church. And St. John Bosco just poured out his entire life in this loving and humble and incredibly effective service to young people. From his earliest days, he just had this incredible capacity to connect with young people. He could connect with them on a personal level, and then through that connection, he would slowly draw them closer to Christ. Some of this was spurred a little bit by an experience he had as a young priest, being assigned to prison for young people. And he was very quickly kind of frustrated and hurt by the fact that these young people were in prison, and it kind of forged this desire to get to them before they could go to prison and bring them to an encounter with Christ and his transforming love. And so he really spent his entire priesthood reaching out especially to poor kids, to orphans, and to those who were coming into Turin as a part of the Industrial Revolution, and they were there without families and getting connected to gangs and so forth. And so he committed his life to establishing these oratories where young people could come and be cared for and mentored and educated and formed in the faith, and they could also have a place to have a whole bunch of fun in a healthy environment and build leadership skills. And so St. John Bosco just is most famous for this loving service of young people. St. John Bosco had an amazing love for God, and that spilled over into, I think, a just as amazing love for young people. And I think that the key to his success was that young people who encountered St. John Bosco realized that he was there for them in a way that seemed like nobody else. He became very much a father to them. And so when young people were around him, they knew that they were loved, and they knew that he would do anything for them, especially to help form their lives, their hearts, their character, and bring them ever closer to Christ. And so he was known for saying certain things like, remember that whatever my worth, or I am here every moment of the day or night for you, and I have no other goal in this world than your physical, mental, and moral growth. He would also say things like, for you I study, for you I work, for you I live, and for you I am ready to give my life. And so I think that that was the greatest key to his effectiveness at working with young people. As youth apostles, we rejoice with the church as we celebrate his feast day. And I ask you to please pray for youth apostles and for our women youth apostles, that we might be given a generous portion of St. John Bosco's apostolic zeal and his effectiveness at helping young people encounter the merciful and transforming love of Jesus Christ. May God be praised now and forever.